Hello? Yeah, thank you. I really need help right now. Not gonna lie. Be completely transparent. I need help. Barely scraping by. Might just play this instead of Destiny and play Destiny at work from over there.
Oh, no, you don't. Not this time. Go.
Well, yeah, but I need funds for other things. And my neighbor has only paid me like $20 this month, so that's like the real problem right now. But yeah, the games are paid for. There's that Libra game that I want to get, but I'm not gonna have the funds for that. Gunvolt 3 on PC I want to get as well, but that's gonna have to wait. Oh no, that Libra game is the game is really hard to pronounce. The Slebro, we'll just call it that. I think maybe the T is silent. That's like a really long game anyway, so I don't know how much time I'd have. I'm working on Destiny Remake right now. I'm trying to finish that game again tonight.
Up we go.
I wasn't aware that the memory card file that the emulator uses is the same as the mobile emulator. So when I play that game at home, I'll just transfer the memory card. I gotta remember to do that tonight. So I need to go over there in like an hour and a half. That should be good. I wouldn't really call it a good thing. I mean, I paid for them all, so... I paid for Bayonetta and Star Ocean. It's just... They're all coming out at the exact same time, and I'm only human.
Up we go. Fly. Up we go.
I don't know, that depends on a lot of factors, though. I mean, I know Final Fight LNS will work fine. Bayonetta 3 might not work on the emulator for one, and then
Up we go.
the Star Ocean port might be bad. Bayonetta I'll have on the 27th because I pre-ordered the Japanese version. I had money to do that.
Perfect. Up we go.
It's not actually a good situation to have everything come out at once. As a content creator, I have to have the content out, like, right away, and it's not possible to do that with it. They all come out literally the same day. But LNS Ultimate, I'm not going to be making content for that. I just play it casually. I'm not even able to 1cc that game consistently, so... I don't think I have anything to offer there outside of just checking the characters out.
Up we go.
Probably just do Bayonetta first, because I know that will work. Even if the emulator doesn't run it, it'll still be playable. I'd say the big caveat with Bayonetta 3 is that if there's like a good mod for it, it's going to be hard for me to use because the way that the Switch mods work is like the 60 FPS cheats and stuff. The way that it works is the IDs are different depending on the region you get, and generally the people will just make the cheats for the US version.
Up we go.
Anything over here? Might be a key chest. Well, the guy said that the dev said that they're going to add more moves to it later. We have a bit of a deadline right now. It's just... Yeah, the moveset is definitely small, but I don't know. When I made that video, I wasn't talking to the developer, so I didn't know. I didn't know like what their plans were. I mean, it's a very common problem with action games.
Perfect.
Also, my neighbor has been really stressed lately, and I've kind of had to be the... I've had to be the strong one and help her out. And I've had my own personal stuff going on. You know, she has not really been able to pay me at all, so... that's not helping things. It's no one's fault, it's just current situation. I've barely made anything. I've made like 20 bucks over there, so, that's why I need help.
Not this time. Slice. Oh, no, you don't. Slice. Up here. Up we go. Perfect. Up we go. Come on. Cutting loose. Up we go. Perfect. Oh, no, you don't.
Now this game is cool, it's just... has too few moves. Run variety is not great, but... I don't know. It's really hard to make a roguelike like this.
Ready for this?
'Cause it's like, the thing that matters the most is your skill, but then you also have to balance out that people want to feel like playing the game is, interesting. No, the only game I've played like this that really balances being skill-based, but then still having good run variety is pretty much just, what's it called? Otherworld Legends. But that game is really well designed. It's like mostly... Your skill matters, but there's still builds. It's just you don't need the builds to beat the game. Which is a very hard thing to do. That's why most roguelikes are like Isaac, where you just have completely reliance on items and RNG and stuff. Isaac's a good game for sure, but you can definitely get screwed over by RNG in that game. Ultimately, your knowledge of how the game works and what items to pick, your decision making is more important than the way it is in this game, where you can win with crap items. It's a really hard thing to balance. He even admitted that himself. I talked to the dev on Twitter. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty common. It's far more easy to make a roguelike that's like Isaac. Something like this, or Dead Cells, or Otherworld Legends, where the gear and the builds and stuff help, but you know, if you're just good at action games, you can still beat it. I honestly think Otherworld Legends is better balanced than Dead Cells in some ways, because Dead Cells definitely does have a thinly veiled grind. You can beat the game with crap items, but most of the good stuff you can't get without grinding. Also, you can't go certain routes the first time in that game. There's a lot of the runes and stuff that you have to get before you can actually beat the part that allows you to go a different path. Whereas Otherworld Legends is one route, but there's nothing preventing you from finishing. Alright, this is as far as I've gotten. I haven't gotten farther than this yet. I have a lot of keys, so I'm trying to find some items.
Up we go. Come on! Wahoo! Perfect. Perfect. Not this time. Up we go. Slice. Up we go.
The balancing in this feels a lot better. They have more keys than there are chests, and the chests are like the only place that you can get the really interesting items. So that part feels way better. Felt like I could never get keys before. It seems like they did some balancing since the demo. The way this game does boss armor is really cool too. I actually really like it. If you get a perfect parry, you launch them every time, but the window is like only a couple frames. It feels really good to land it. I'm actually really surprised, 'cause that's like much more expensive games than this don't get that kind of thing right, so that's actually really cool. Definitely could do with like a meter or something that shows you when they're gonna get launched, but better than it could be for sure. Is there anything good in here? Max HP. Okay, I gotta learn these enemies now.
Up we go. Up we go. Slice.
No chest. No chest. Hey, what's up, Shakesman? How you doing, man? I was, gifted a key for this, so I'm trying it out. They said that there's no embargo, so I can unleash my slightly above average gameplay. I don't know how to get down. Oh, okay. I don't like this level. I don't like it. This is not needed. Straight rooms with guys to fight was better. This is really awkward. This kills the pacing. The rest of the rooms are just straight horizontal rooms with dudes to fight. This feels like a step back. It's annoying having to go down. Parries deal more damage, that's definitely good. I don't think I'm gonna go for the Pact. Alright. And go grab that heal. At least the jumping in this game feels pretty good. I'll give it that much, but I think those long vertical rooms don't really feel that good to traverse. We'll keep that for now, and I can get something on the next level. Actually, let's see what that Pact is. Maybe the Pact is something good. But I don't want to lose any more HP.
Not this time. Slice.
Oh no, minus 45 max HP. No, I'm turning you down, buddy. Sorry. You gotta have a lot of max HP to make that worth it. If you keep stacking the same demon or whatever, it takes more and more max HP. So, I'm gonna get to a point where it might not be worth it. Sure is nice how I got hit during a cutscene. I can't skip.
Here we go. Slice. Perfect.
Die!
Perfect. Up to you.
These enemies are not fun. Hyper armor.
Up we go.
Nice. I'll take it.
Oh, no, you don't.
Yeah, I don't like these rooms. They need to truncate these rooms. It's too slow-paced having to go find them. What was wrong with the first 2 levels? Just straight rooms, or combat rooms. I'm not liking this change that they're making. It feels unnecessary. It makes it boring.
I know you don't.
I don't like this gimmick stuff. It's just normal combat rooms, please. This gets in the way. Especially because the camera is like really zoomed in on your character. Like, can't see. I guess we'll just try the boss. So I actually have not been this far, so I kind of want to just learn the enemies. Learn the enemies and the bosses. Worry about completion later. Please don't be hyper armored. A flying hyper armored enemy, great. You stagger.
I know you don't. Get on.
No stagger.
Come on. Perfect. Shatter it over.
Why is this boss not stagger at all?
Perfect.
And no thanks to that boss. Just walks through everything. Combat system ignored. That boss is not fun at all. Like, just let me juggle everybody. It's never fun when games want you to juggle and then they make bosses that you can't do it to. I don't understand why every game does that. Just give me a humanoid enemy that could be juggled. None of this where they just ignore it. Flying too, which is just worse. Flying and hyper armor.
Not this time. Yo. Oh, no, you don't. Up we go. Come on. Up we go. Slice. Oh, no, you go. Up we go.
Wonder if that even works on bosses. My video game PTSD tells me that that will not work on bosses. I played so many games with just the most obnoxious status effects, and then you can't ever do it to the bosses, so... I would rather ask the developer to tell me if that works before I take it. The PTSD is too strong. Anything that's not a turn-based RPG, pretty safe bet that building around status is not going to be worth it. Almost never is. I think the only genre that really balances it well is turn-based RPGs, which makes sense, because that's the originator of the mechanic. But like in those games, it works on everything, so building around it or making it part of your strategy, depending on the game, like actually does something. Games like this, it's way too one-sided. I'd like to be proven wrong, but I'm not going to take that risk right now. I want to try to finish the game this run. What's up, Alvy? How you doing? I think an exception to that is the first Tales of Xillia. Status effects were so broken in that game. Burn did so much damage. you could kill bosses with damage over time in that game. It made the speed run really boring, but just the concept of status effects actually fucking working to your favor in a game like that was pretty cool novelty. Like, look, this shit is actually busted on to the player's benefit for once. That speedrun is hilarious. Just cast Fireball over and over. Takes way too long to wear off. Come on.
Go. Up we go. Up we go.
Alright, where's the chest? Is there a chest? I can't tell anymore.
Time to put you down. Don't get caught.
don't. Ready for this? Not this time. Not this time. Oh, no, you don't.
Now fall. My power!
Oh, no, you don't. Not this time. Oh, no, you don't.
That was a cool fight. That fight was awesome. Really goes to show that character action games, you need humanoid enemies, bosses you can juggle. That fight was cool. First try. I handled that pretty well. GG's. It's a shame they have a couple bosses in this game that... Well, half of the bosses you can juggle. The ones that you can't feel kind of dry. That's not really their fault. It's just the way combo-heavy games work. Pretty much. You know, DMC4 has Kratos, which is like one of the best video game bosses of all time. But then that game also has shit like the Savior. You know, it's just a garbage boss fight. Like nothing good about it. Every time you play that game, you kind of just want that fight to be over. I think the bosses are actually pretty good in this. Even the ones you can't juggle. The only one that felt questionable was that ice boss. That was just a weird combination of being in hyper armor all the time, the combo system doesn't work, and then it flies. So you're just kind of bombarded by the game mechanics kind of working against you. But yeah, this game is cool. They did say that they were going to add more moves. I'd say biggest criticisms of this game from one playthrough would be the level design kind of takes a dump in the second half. It feels like you can't always tell where the enemies are. Falling in pits is too damaging. I definitely think those things hurt it. Some of the bosses are questionable as well, but nothing bad. You know, the game mechanics are still good, so it's nothing you can't get past. And then the other thing would be the run variety is poor, and also there's not that many moves, but they already said that they're going to fix both of those things, so complaining about it at this point is kind of frivolous, you know. But it's really hard to make a game like this. An action roguelike in general is really hard to make. Especially one where you actually fucking play the game and it's not another Vampire Survivors clone. Like, you could beat this game with nothing. No items or anything. The problem with those kinds of games is the run variety tends to suffer as a result. Because eventually you get good enough at it that you don't even need the items. You can win with complete junk. Which is good from a game design standpoint, but for a roguelike, it can definitely hurt it. If, like, the only thing you really have going for you is the random level generation. There's no builds or anything. But hopefully they fix that in due time. I think right now they're really trying to get the game out, so... yeah, it's pretty interesting. I'd like to see more games like this, roguelikes, where the gameplay actually matters. It's not just being over-reliant on items or Vampire Survivors, where there's, like, not really much gameplay to speak of. Ah, you can get a costume, that's cool. Alright, well, I'm not gonna play this again right now. Hopefully, probably wait a bit. Yeah, the game's pretty cool. Check it out. I don't know when it's supposed to be coming out. They told me I could stream it, so I did. I hope I'm not stepping on any Legos by doing that. But yeah, I recommend that game. I think we should support more games like that. Roguelikes have been kind of in a crappy state lately. There's been a couple good ones coming out, but ever since Vampire Survivors got popular, that's all anyone's wanted to make, because it's like you have to make even less of a character than a Souls game. At least in a Souls game, there's like active hitboxes and you're actually playing the game. Your character is boring, it doesn't have any moves or anything, but it's still like, they're still good games. And now the Vampire Survivors is craze. It's just like, you're barely playing. I know, what's that one that just came out, Brotato? That one actually does have a twin-stick shooter mode. So does 20 Minutes Till Dawn. So, like, those ones are kind of taking the formula and making it better, I think. But, yeah. I guess I'm gonna try out this cheat table on, what's it called, Destiny Remake, and then I'm gonna hop off. Oh. But yeah, I told the developer everything I just said, and he agreed. Like, yeah, it's balls hard to make a game like that. It is. That's why most don't try anymore, because you can just make a Vampire Survivors clone. It's like a stationary sprite or 3D model with like 3 frames of animation, and make more money and make it faster than that game I was just playing. It's unfortunate, but that's the reality of things right now. Alright, hold on. Just gonna try this out really quick, and then I'm gonna... Oh, wait, never mind. It's not loading. I'll scratch that idea. Alright, well, let's just play this for a little bit, and then I'm gonna hop off. So I gotta go over to the other job shortly. screen. What the hell? It's not supposed to be. Is it working now? Dude, what? The fuck is this not working? I'm so tired of everything just breaking. I didn't do anything. It worked fine yesterday. I haven't even restarted the computer. Fuck. Work. Yeah, I don't know why it does that. It's probably because the emulator is not appearing as an actual source. Thanks for letting me know. Sometimes people come in here and don't tell me, and I'm streaming literally nothing but sound. Like a mime stream. Thank you for telling me. I don't know why that happened, but I haven't really streamed this emulator before, so there's gonna be some hiccups, I'm sure. I think I'll just do some grinding here, and then I gotta put the memory card back on my phone. And then I'll probably be on over there and around 6:30, so like 90 minutes or so. Probably boot up again. Depends on what they need me to do over there. I don't know what the situation is today. Oh, that's, Yasenko. Yasenko! Air pressure. In this playthrough, I want to get as many of the recipes as I can, because the next one I'm going to do Stan side, and I'm going to carry over the food straps. That'll make things a lot less frustrating for sure. Anything else I can learn on him? Yeah, the Petrify Strike is actually really nice. I definitely should have used that on my first playthrough. Definitely feels worth it. Do I have now? Yeah. It's kind of the goal, is to get like all the food recipes and then most of their arts. Because I haven't played Stan side in this, and like it has been like almost 15 years now. I played this back when it came out, but obviously it was in Japanese, and I can read and speak and understand some Japanese, but I feel like the ultimate test of your language skills is, is playing a game like this. And this Tales in particular has like a lot more reading. So I played plenty of other JP only Tales games, and it's like not that bad even before have things like we have now, like modern stuff like Google Translate on the phone. It's not that bad. If you could read like one character, you could tell what the item was, but there's a lot of really important stuff you need to put on your characters. I wasn't really able to get that information properly. It's a language barrier. So I would like to play Stonside again, but not until I get all the New Game Plus stuff, which might be tonight. Man, he got Gurenkin. Oh yeah. Gurenkin! Definitely feels like hard mode is more manageable now, so maybe next time evil mode will be more manageable, hopefully. But the experience is starting to fall off, so I wanna move on shortly. Petrify Strike is busted. I never knew that the first time I played this. Make sure everybody else has shit to unlock. Oh, that's not mastered yet. I gotta keep that on. How's Domon Kashu doing? No, most of his stuff is mastered. I'll probably go that long. This is a good place to grind, especially because there's a shop like right here. see what's here. Buy those. See if I can re-rise yet. He can't. Johnny's gonna leave, so... Well, actually, I'll need him back. I'll need him back later, so... Might wanna upgrade him, too. So I probably will do the post-game dungeon this time. I'm leaning towards yes. Has way more evasion and fight. How's she doing? Shouldn't take too long. I think I'll get that far and then stop. They're running out of time. Right now, it'll come in handy later. There it is, Soyuden is on classic Tails move. Getting my usages up as well, which is nice. Definitely looking forward to having 6 art slots though. How long is this game? This is the story of Leon, and he dies really early on, so you play through like half the game. Stan, the guy with Domo Kashi's voice in the party, the blonde guy, that's like the main story. And it's like normal JRPG length, 40-50 hours. But if you played this game before like I have and you already know the story, you've already beaten it, it's better to do Leon's side first. Because you can get all the dolls, the Narikiri dolls, and then you can get all the grade shop options, so you can play like all of the content in the game. Leon, you get access to the post game content in the arena, but you have no free reign of the world map. There's no free exploration. It's actually a lot like Dust Diver 2, that game I was playing earlier in the month. Like. When she beat this game on Leon's side, because he's dead, he dies, you can't go back out into the world at all. So if you want to play the whole game, you have to do stand side. But it's a lot longer, so... you want the dolls, you want your grade shop stuff. I guess you could call it a side story. Leon's side basically goes into his motivations for betraying the party. The TLDR is that his father is possessed by the final boss, and he basically just wants to save his mother figure. It's basically the reason why he gets manipulated. It's like a double manipulation, as his father is possessed. So you learn about his motivations and stuff, and the conflicts he has emotionally with, like, learning how to make friends and care about people besides the maid that's like his mother figure. You know, how he grows to learn to rely on other people. But then he dies, so I wouldn't say it's hollow, but it's not your standard anime thing where they, like, survive and they're the best of friends and everything. Like, nope, dude's dead. He doesn't come back. He does come back in the second game. But a lot of people don't like the second game because it starts to incorporate time travel and shit, and never really feels good when this game has a pretty simple story, all things considered. It's not... It doesn't have, like, Kojima plot twists or anything super philosophical. It's a pretty standard JRPG story, but you start to add time travel onto it. Onto an existing, like, simple, easy to understand story. A lot of people aren't gonna like that. But the second game is also kind of weird gameplay-wise. That's another reason why people don't like the sequel. Second one is more in common with an MMO, really. It's like you still do combos and stuff, but it's mostly like the melee characters do crap damage. The fights are kind of like an MMO. That you have your frontline attackers, and they're keeping the boss and hits done because they do crap damage, but the mages in the back are doing all the damage. So it's kind of like a tank and DPS kind of thing. You know, you have like a berserker or a warrior and like a tab target MMO, and then you have like the red mages and shit in the back doing crazy spells and stuff. It's not for everybody, but it's a combination of that, the weird like shift in the combat and how it works, and then the time travel stuff that people don't like. Also, Kyle, which is this character's son, these two get married and have a kid. He's kind of more of a standard JRPG protagonist. You know, he's like 15 or something. I don't think it was much of a problem back then, but there's been like so many JRPGs with that kind of character. So, and not everybody likes that either. I honestly think they should have remade that game too, but I think it's kind of like a DMC2 kind of thing. Nowhere near as bad. The second game is functional. I've only played it for a couple hours, but I think people just don't like... People generally don't like when you take a simple story and you start adding like alternate dimensions and time travel and shit to it. It tends to make things feel kind of trivial. It's like, why didn't somebody do that before? Like, you could bring Leon back. You could could like prevent the events from happening entirely, but you put time travel in it. It introduces all those questions and kind of makes things feel a little hollow. Same problem with Tales of Xillia 2. Like, the first one had a pretty good story, I'd say. You didn't need to go watch like a 3-hour analysis video to understand what happened. You know, as long as you're paying some attention, you can figure it out. But then the second one introduces entire like parallel universes and shit, dimensions or whatever. It just feels tacked on. You can make a story without all that. Alright, I think I'll stop here. I gotta put the card on the phone before I forget, otherwise I'm gonna walk out of the house and fire up my stream and have to play something else tonight. So thanks for watching. Should be back in about maybe an hour and 10-20 minutes. I don't think there's too much that needs to be done over there today. It depends on if I decide to go to the grocery store. I had a really rough night last night, so I'm thinking I should do some self-care. And when I get back, or if I decide to just order in or something, then we'll go ahead and continue. Yeah, I'll see you guys shortly. Thanks for watching. That should be enough grind for now. I think I could probably get through most of the game with the holy bottles. See ya.